Look, menu. First life experience. Most influential, most sexually active. This is ridiculous.
Tell me that story, because I don't even remember the story.
Of my asking you if I could direct? It must have been when we came back from the hiatus and you're getting ready to do The Adventures in Sin Trade 1 and 2. And I asked you if I could shadow TJ, or it was before the hiatus, but at some point. And so you said, sure, you know, and I went, and then during the filming, it was out at Muriwai Beach. You were there, Rob, and you finally said, well, Renee, I guess I'm going to have to give you an episode. And I went, oh, I guess because it was at the end of the shoot, and you sort of surrendered to the fact that I had really, really wanted to commit to doing something as a director. It's been a long time.
It's been too long. Friend.
It was supposed to be a 4-day shoot, but I remember going over, so I think I had 4.5, and then a half of a Saturday, so it ended up being 5. But I remember the humility of, you know, going, oh, no, I still didn't make the day, you know, and you gave me a little more time. Yeah, that was like so, ouch.
Easy. It wasn't hard to make the decision to give Renee an episode. I mean, besides hassling her at first about why she wanted to do it, she was a committed and dedicated part of the team, and if she wanted to direct, or if Lucy had wanted to direct him, it would have been very hard to tell either one of them, no, you can't do this. Not on Xena, but on another show, the star wanted to direct, and he did a great job, and the co-star wanted to direct, and it ultimately came on to Xena and directed many episodes and was a great director.
Gee, what show would that be?
Might have been Hercules. But then the DP and the editor, both who were there such a long time, wanted to direct, and they were among the worst directors I've ever worked with. So it doesn't, the fact that you're on a set or edit footage or do anything doesn't necessarily make you a good director.
Javu all over again was fun because Renee was directing that one, and I was actually very curious to see how she would do, and she did very well. But I think people, you know, directors are usually two different types. There's sort of circle kind of directors that are like this, you know, they're like, let's just sort of organically see how things are going. And, you know, once the actors are sort of ready, you know, then we'll put the cameras around them. And then there's that square kind of directors who are like, you stand there, you there. And, you know, here comes Renee kind of, you know, meekly coming to the set, being very humble. You there, you over there. We're like, whoa, okay, here she comes. Yeah, I mean, here comes Renee. But she did really good, and she was really good with actors. So she was tough, though, you know?
I think you'd be more comfortable in this. Now that you do know, there is another side to life. Now tell me, are you really having more fun these days?
I'm fighting for a better world.
My dear Xena,
I'd like to think that I'm always 100% there for my directors. But for Renee, I was going to be extra quiet and extra, yes, and then, but sometimes when I really feel it, maybe they should consider doing something another way, you know, I would say, well, what would you think if it went like this, you know, and Renee told me to shut up and go sit down. Get on your mark and just say the words. Yes, ma'am.
And act quickly.
Just say it quicker.
Over many different episodes, we realized different directors' strengths and weaknesses. And although I'm sure all directors would like to think that they can do everything, some people like T.J. Scott and John Fawcett and No, Rick Jacobson, all were pretty solid action directors with varying degrees of being really good dramatic actors, or if they got great dramatic material, then hit a home run with that. But if it wasn't really dramatic, they couldn't make the drama better than the material they were handed. And other directors were really good at comedy. Funnily enough, Michael Hurst was pretty good with comedy for the most part.
He was great.
Same argument, same card to play. So, how about it, Xena?
Not a chance, Ernst.
Oh, come on. You can't still be holding a grudge after all these years.
It's not a grudge. It's the difference between right and wrong, good and evil. You just never learned that lesson.
Are we gonna fight again?
Bring it up.
Deja Vu was also a fun episode because I had normal clothes on. You know, I had normal, regular clothes, and we were going for a totally normal suburban guy, you know, and the clothes that Nyla put on me were very funny. I had asked her for something like Jack Nicholson's clothes in, shoot, that's that movie. I can't remember the movie. Some movie Nicholson did where he had these horrible, loud Hawaiian shirts and white jackets. He was like a guy with a lot of money who didn't know how to dress. So that's what we were going for with that. And people saw that episode and they said, God, you know, you didn't, the costume was not that put together. And I went, I know! It was the idea, you know? So it was fun to do that.
I think, quietly, I think Ted used to go and sneak into your room at night and put on all your clothes and walk around. No, I don't know. Ted is actually quite... Ted's a chameleon, truly. I mean, he's a phenomenal actor who can really become anything he wants to be.
Yeah.
And
he's good physically.
He is good physically.
Ted.
So he took it all on himself, you know?
So he's just acting like a dork when he's doing jokes. People don't realise he's not a dork. He's
Not at all.
He's a dilettante.
Yeah, he dabbles in a lot of things. He's a very interesting, well-read, cultured man.
I remember on Dangerous Prey actually conscientiously trying to direct actors within the acting realm. But on Deja Vu, I mean, you guys had an idea of what you wanted to do with the characters. So I just, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was sort of my mentality.
I'm sorry, but it's in Annie's best interest that her first past life voyage be by herself.
First past life voyage, okay.
Thank you, Doctor. Why do you have to be so mean all the time?
A well-oiled crew, that well-oiled machine, doesn't run on its own. And really the director is it's the captain of the ship and sets the...
Yeah.
They set the tone. Yeah. And everybody wants to get on board and fulfill that person's vision this week.
It's funny because now that I say that, I remember this is really funny, and it just shows my analysis of the script. You know, like I'd broken down all the psychological development of the characters and like the internal conflict, and all these things. But I never shared that with you, which is kind of funny. But I don't think that you work like that, so I don't think I ever would have.
I would have just gone,
yeah, right.
Blah, blah, blah. What did you say?
I know.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's so funny.
How can you be Xena? You can't even stay awake during the teaser.
Have you done this before?
No.
Ted actually would offer up a lot of suggestions, and he always teases me that I would listen to him, but then I'd say, well, you know,
Thank you.
Thanks,
No.
Ted. No, that's no, it was a huge learning curve for me, you know, and it was just, you know, I guess you got to break the ice somewhere, but it's that whole balance of trying to be a collaboration and yet still keeping your voice and getting basically what you want from the performance and guiding it, you know. So, and it was hard because I was Renee and I'm part of the crew and part of the family, to sort of change roles and suddenly be the leader, you know. And that was definitely a huge shift.
Probably easier for all of us to accept you in that role than for you to accept that you had to have authority over us.
Right, yeah.
Because we would just automatically go, okay.
Yeah, but I don't know if, because like with Ted, I mean, it was a little different. You know, with you, I could tell you were definitely, you know, whatever you could do for me to make it easy, you know, and make it be completely accessible. And then Ted, it was just a little, not that it was just a little, maybe it was trying to have authority over Ted, you know. The shift was a little different there. And Robert Tabor, Robert Tabor.
How can I steal this? Do you mind if I upstage everyone?